kids, Mark Miller here. There seems to be a flurry of stuff going on. Rory, how you doing, buddy? You with us?
I am with you. I am with you very much indeed. All is good again.
All right, good. You weren't feeling so good yesterday, and I was like a little bit like, oh no. We got a live coders conference going on right now, twitch.tv/the live coders. It's
Excellent.
awesome. You and I are still here. We're going to write code here today too. Feel free to open up both windows if you want and hang out with us. They got some great stuff over there. Definitely want to check that out. In fact, after we're done with the stream, I'm going to send you over to Live Coders. So you can take a look at it. Rory sent me a link yesterday. Rory's like, oh no, we're going to write code now. He sent me a link.
It's all right. This is a safer coding link.
It's all right. This is a safe space. Is this a safe space to talk about links? He sent me a link. Here you can see it right here in the background. To a humble bundle. I spent basically $20 and got a whole bunch of icons, including icons designed to attach to spells.
They look kind of snazzy, and I thought there's a certain D&D aspect to some of these, and maybe Mark would be interested.
Yeah, so I was interested. I bought them, downloaded them, and if we look at our current spell, our spell book. Here, I'll start bringing up some of these here. Let's see. What do I need to do to bring these up?
Martin, little cutie.
Here we go. So now what I'm doing is I'm just running through this page over here that I built that lists every single D&D spell we know. We use this, Rory, to test out our markup formatter, I guess is what you'd call it. So you can see we've got bold in there. We've got some calculated pieces that show up as well. There's some bold italic right over here. And it changes the size of the spell page based on how much text we need to present. And calculated values, let's see if we can get some here, show up in bold and red. Not seeing any, oh wait, there's one right there. There you go, 5. So there you see, this is what slot I'm casting at. If I cast at a lower level, it changes to 3. Okay, so it's not bad. For this, I created, or I didn't really create, I found different images to represent the different schools of magic. There are like, I think 8 or 10 of them in D&D. And so that image to the left there is the image associated with abjurations. And if I click another one of these, there's the abjuration again, so the same image. And now we go to enchantment, we see a different image. So what I did is I said, okay, let's pick a color and an image for each of the different schools of magic and show it, because I thought, well, maybe it'd be useful. But you know what? It's not super useful. It's really not. And the colors, the existing colors for these images, I said I chose the color, but really I based it on the existing image colors for this artwork, are such that there's a couple greens that are close in shade, and I didn't really like it, and it's the least strong aspect of this. Notice we're in Awaken, it's got a green color. If I switch away and then go back to Awaken, notice the outer edge, kind of electrical kind of thing that goes around the spell book is in the same color green. So if I go down to Bane, it's kind of a pink, and if I go there, it's green. See that? And so the
all in keeping with the same color scheme.
Yeah, and even if I cast the spell, it will use the same color as well. Well, it's never been really, I've never really liked it that much. For example, if I cast Tidal Wave,
Martin!
Come over here, grab my Tidal Wave spell. So we see this blue thing shooting around me, which is super cool. I'm happy with that. But when I roll the damage, when I click on roll damage, you're going to see some water-like spell effects going off. But you're also going to see something purple that matches this color. So there's that kind of, there's the purple right there at the beginning. And I just don't feel like it's communicating anything important. Do you know what I mean? I'm using color consistently, but it's not really communicating anything important. So So I'm kind of alluding to something I want to do in the future, but I'm also going to do something on the show today. So with regards to the future, I want to actually be able to specify a color, a hue, and a saturation level for the spell. And that will impact what the text color is and that outer electrical shock color. That's my future thing. I probably won't do that today. But
Okay.
I want to do it. I want to be able to, so I want tidal wave to be blue, for example, like water's blue, that sort of thing, a bluish
Makes
green.
sense. Yeah.
Okay. I want spells that have to do with fireball, like for example, let's go bring up one of those, go over into spells again, switch down to like fireball. My bet is that it's not going to be red, it's going to be something else. It's green. I don't want it to be green, I want it to be red. See where I'm going, Rory?
Yeah.
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 Now, the thing I want to do today, though, is I want to be able to associate an image, a spell image, with a spell. Okay? Now, the spell image, I'm going to grab from one of these. And I got 1,000 of them here. Okay? So, the question is, how can I quickly do this? What I want to build, is I want to build something that lets me drag from here over onto here, like this. So I'm going to drag from here. Let me hide the scroll here so we can see what I'm talking about here. A little easier. Drag from here onto here. And the act of dragging is going to do a couple things. It's going to copy this image to a folder that the TypeScript can access.
Yep.
It's going to name it the same name as the spell that's active.
Makes sense.
If this page is open, it's going to refresh the page and draw it.
Ooh,
Okay?
that's nice.
So I can see it. Now, this is where that color shifting really kind of starts to make sense, because I might like the colors in this, and I might want to base the color of the spell on this, is what I want to do. So I kind of need a way to do that. And so I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to store it, because right now all my spell data is in one place, and I'm actually talking about essentially enhancing the spell data, but I don't want to go back out. I don't really think I want to go right back out to the Google Sheets file. I don't want to investigate that.
Complicated.
Well, yeah, it's kind of nice because it's there, but it's like, I don't know. I'm thinking about wanting to write that out to a separate file using JSON.
So this is almost like an overlay of data. So your base data is from the Google Sheets and downloaded into your CSVs, but then you've got this overlay or overrides set of information. So you can either have just the default colors and what have you, or you can have, here's an additional shift of hue, which we're going to overlay on the top, that kind of thing.
That's kind of what I want to do. And I want to get this additional data. So here's the deal. By copying the file name out there, when we show the file, when we show the fireball spell, our TypeScript code can go check to see, is the file there. If it is, it can draw it. If it's not, it can draw the School of Magic that it's from, right? So we can so that's kind of the logic there. So my anticipation is that the check for the file and exist is going to be no visible hit on performance. It's all going to be fine if it's not there. And ultimately, they're all going to be there, right? At least for the ones that are used in the show.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we got, I wanted to test two things here. Two things. I wanted to test out /DH. There you go. Oh, it only sent one of them out, though. It didn't send the actual, this is a new thing we've got out here, twitch.tv. I'll put this, I'll type it out here, still work on this. So that, I wonder if that also means my Discord command doesn't work as well. Yep, it doesn't send the second one out. Interesting. So we're sending two out and they're not working. That code, I think I'm going to change now. I want to fix that while it's on my mind so I don't forget that. I'm going to open up overlay. The overlays project. And I'm trying to figure out, I wonder if it's because it's coming from the Mr. Announcer Guy account instead of the Mr. Announcer Bot account. I wonder if, because notice Mr. Announcer Guy is not a doesn't have the the sword icon next to this guy. And I'm trying to see how there we go. I just modded the user. Let's see if that's enough to do that. There it is. That got it right.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Just had to do that. Nice. Okay, cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right, that's all I wanted to check. Just had to mod the user. Not too bad. All right, I don't need to do this code. Don't need to make any changes. That's all sweet and working. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Am I running? I'm running. I'm running right now. And as you know, Rory, what do I like to do on this show?
Oh, you love running with edit and continue.
Oh, yeah, I like running with edit and continue because I got live data I'm working
And
with.
scissors at the same time.
And scissors, that's correct. Rory is correct on that. So I'm going to, I've just got some flickering. That makes me sad. There's nothing I can really close down, I think. Sometimes closing windows makes that happier. Yeah. So we'll see how bad the flickering gets here. Okay, let's take that. We're going to drag this over here for now. And okay, so I want to see if I can make this work with edit and continue. Going to go to the, so that's the challenge. I love doing this every time, right? I've got the app running. Can I make it so the app does everything I'm talking about without compiling, essentially, right? I'm using edit and continue without shutting down the app. So,
and to be fair, it's not just a challenge of can you. There is really good reasons for trying to do this because as you're moving through the system, a live system, you don't just have the code in front of you and any data coming from outside. You've got the live copy of the data in memory. So being able to constantly refer to the real true facts as they are experienced in this second is a really useful diagnostic tool.
Could Be Self is in the house.
Love that theme.
You know what I just realized, Rory?
Go on.
It's a really good thing that I'm not speaking at the Live Coders Conference. You know why?
Oh, yeah?
Well, first of all, they've got like 13,000 people in right now, one. Number two, I don't think I have any way to shut down all the fanfares. And I would have started without, and then been live in front of 13,000 and then realized, oh no, I've got about 7 or 8 minutes easily of fanfares that kids are going to be watching.
Yeah.
And
of course, the next logical question is what would happen when Surly Dev shows them all how to use a drone?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, that would have been like, yeah,
a little bit of chaos.
I'm not into scaling like that. Yeah, Kobe Salva says, hope you're feeling better, Rory. Yeah, Kobe Salva says, do it. Hey, Kobe Salva. Yeah, welcome. Rory's feeling better. Glad you're with us. Yeah, so we're going to do some drag and drop. And I felt like, so just to be clear what we're going to do, we're going to write some drag and drop code here. So I can drag from here into that, like that. And so I can essentially edit the spell very quickly. So I'll bring up a spell, drag it over, and then we're going to see it updated here. That's kind of the idea. That's what we're looking for. So
like that.
First thing I want to do is be able to support drag and drop. I think it's just an event. And I think I want the event on this list box here. I'm only going to support dragging into whatever's selected. But in other words, I'm not going to specify dragging onto a particular item, I think. It's a little bit harder because I'll have to click the item first, but it's not too bad because I need to click it anyway to see what it looks like when it comes down.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do. So let's figure if we can hook that drag drop event first, the drop event. So let's go to here. And where are we? View designer. Yeah, you can see some of that on the stream there. That really weird problem I get midway through. I've actually, it seems to be connected with OBS, Rory. By the way,
okay.
When I had it before and I shut down OBS, it like completely went away. So, by the way, cool. I can hear the kids. I think in the background they're watching Snow White on Disney Plus right now. Okay, so I want to go find my spells. There's my tab item. There's my list box. I've got an event handler for it already for when something changes. I'm going to set a breakpoint here because I need the breakpoint to hook the event. I'm going to come back over and I'm going to click on one of the items. Am I hitting the breakpoint? There I am. I hit the breakpoint. Okay, so now with the breakpoint I'm just coming over here, and I think it's what do we got? Drag drop. I'm going to call it equals. Maybe I got something wrong here. Maybe it's not drag drop. It's drop. Okay. New event handler. List all spells drop. All right. Next, let's set a breakpoint here. Let's also, I think there's a drag over one as well, right?
That sounds about right, yeah.
Drag over. And we're going to set a new event handler there. Sorry. There it is right there. Okay. And let's set a breakpoint there too. See if we get these breakpoints hit. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, so running. And we've got the breakpoints. Let's bring this over here. And let's grab our images. And let's click and drag over. I'm seeing a big fat nothing on there. Yeah, and a lot of the refresh problems here. Let's go look back over here. Is there an allow drop? Haha.
Is it because you're dragging over the list rather than an individual item?
I think it's, well, let's try this. Let's change allow drop to true.
I mean, there should really be a drill through for that kind of logic as well anyway, but...
Let's see what happens here. Grab my item, drag it over. Hey, I got a breakpoint. It was allowed drop, needed to be set to true. Okay.
Okay.
So now, what do I got here? What's inside E? So what do we got? E dot what?
Can you scroll down a little bit because your head is blocking the
How's that?
IntelliSense that's been put up. Yeah.
And IntelliSense, okay, here we go. Data. I think there is, uno momento. You know what? I was looking, I did a search for this earlier. Here we go. Get data present, file drop. That's what I want right there. Okay. So let's do that. So we're going to say if this, then I bet there's a way to set the caret. What's effects? I don't know what that is. Surly Dev says Discord. Surly Dev says GitHub. Nothing's working. I brought up Discord. Uh-oh, no pumpkins as well. Oh, no. No. We have a new problem, kids. We have a new problem. So because we're in a breakpoint? I don't think so, because it's D&D app by itself. It has nothing to do with the low-level stuff. Maybe. Let's comment this out.
Music's working.
Let's run. Yeah, we saw this problem yesterday where we lost fanfares again. And I'm like, oh, come on. This problem has been solved. And now it's not solved anymore. That's interesting. Like, thought I dropped it inside of here. Handle file open. Nice. Okay, so cool.
Ocular Malice says, do I need to help you again?
Ocular Malice. I don't know, Ocular Malice. Glad you're with us, buddy. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see. Let me close this down. And
Drone's working.
So the drones are working.
Yes, the drone game is not working because that's the music in there, isn't it?
Fix. Does that switch it? Fix does not. So what's really interesting is the OBS control is not seemingly working. I can kill the app.
Fixed!
Wow. Okay, the craziest thing just happened. I just hit Control C in PowerShell, and then it played fixed. In fact, it even, look at this, active scene, Codebase Alpha. It looked like it was trying, oh no, wait, because we did play Codebase Alpha earlier. Does that mean, Surly Deb, if you say something now, we're going to see Surly's? Broken. Wah. Surly Deb, say something to me, buddy. Nope. Nope and nope. Did not get Surly Debs. All right, I'm going to Control C this again. Look at that, it's showing data. This is the weirdest thing. These are the times on my clock. So this is over a minute ago this happened. And as soon as I hit Control C, it said something out there. Surly, are you able to fly? Yeah, Surly's flying. I guess I'm gonna restart them both. I don't want to actually go do bug hunting right now. I'm gonna restart them both. So I'm gonna Control C this guy to get out of this. I don't want to bug hunt on this. Control C. There it is right there. It's gone. I hit Control C. It's really weird. 10 seconds after. Okay, we can kill it and no data loss. Let's go back. Start them both up one more time. Here comes Mr. Announcer Bot. Here comes the overlay manager. And once those come up, we should see that Mr. Announcer Bot is in the house. Now, certainly, if you say something, we should see something. And what else do I need to do? I need to refresh, though. I'm going to refresh the drone game. There it is.
No.
Surly Dad is in the house.
I should really look at this, do a search online for the flickering. It's weird because I don't only see it while we're live streaming. I never see it when we're not live streaming. Ocular Malice says, oh, I'm not special. You're special, Ocular Malice. You can keep hanging around here. I'll get you a fanfare. I got people in the list that I have to work on, but I'll work on that. I'm happy to work on that with you. Okay, so now let's see. Can we get music coming in now that we've refreshed that? Let's see. Music on. There we go. Okay. So music's coming on. And I think I wanted to, so we got the drag out, drop, and the drag over. I wanted to indicate that it was a valid drag, is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to do.
Want to change the icon to like a tick mark, or this can drop here rather than a no entry or something like that.
Yeah. Although now it's not saying, it's actually doing it on its own. If you look at the mouse, look at it. I guess I don't have to do anything there. Okay.
Cool. Code
now,
you don't have to.
Yeah, code I don't have to write. Now release, and let's go get the code from our good friend Stack Overflow, which looks like this, and then now we need to do something here. Whoops. So now I want to say assign image to spell. Like that. Yeah, the flickering is obnoxious. I'm even seeing it on the stream now. I am like I think I'm out of apps I can shut down. I can shut down like this one. Hold on. And what else? I guess I can shut down temporarily. I can shut down. Oh, because I'm at a breakpoint. Oh, look at that. Okay, so assign image to spell. Let's just go ahead and we'll push through this. Put a breakpoint there. Let's call it file name. Excuse me. Run it. All right, there's my file name. Cool. So I got the whole thing there. There's my file name. I'm just gonna hit run right now. See what happens if I close this. Any better? No. No better. Better. Drag this over here. I have noticed that if I put most of my stuff over on my main monitor on the left, that I get a little bit less of the flickering. Although now, holy cow, I'm seeing, it looks like the stream is not great. Can you verify, Rory, for me? Check the stream.
The stream is not looking too bad. I don't know about audio. I've actually got better resolution on the stream than I do over Skype.
Yeah? Let me turn off the music. No? Yeah, there's like no control. I can probably restart this. Yeah, look at that. Look at how crazy that is. It's like this total weird graphics driver problem. Design Patterns says, looks good to me. Hey, how's it going? Design Patterns is asking. It's going okay. I'm just trying to find this. Did it just all stop? It all stopped, Roy. Wow.
Yeah.
I brought this up. I right-clicked my desktops, brought up the menu.
So you threatened it with Task Manager, basically.
Well, no, I threatened it with display settings. All I did was hold it here, and then it stopped.
Oh wow!
It's like crazy, but I'll take it, and now we can run full speed ahead. All right, so assign image to spell. Now we need to get the folder where we're going to put this this thing, and it's going to be here. I thought I had something called spells. The scroll has the spells inside of it. Spells. And I want to create a new folder here called icons. And we want to copy the file there and give it the spell name. So that's what we want to do now. So that's my target folder right there. So let's go back to where we were, which was inside temp, Twitch assets, images, spells, no icons, and then spells. I'm going to do a drag drop operation again. Drag over to it. There it is right there. Type in QS to create a new string constant, and it's going to be target path. And pop that in there like that. Looks pretty good. Yeah, Surly. Yeah, we checked it all. All the stuff looks good. The Discord one looks good. You're blocking the code. Can somebody move that thing? Roy, can you hear me? I'm in some pudding. I don't know why. Like this is I should get hazard pay because of the way pudding.
Spontaneous timeout for a snack break.
Yeah, pudding doesn't like, throw me a nice little cup of pudding from the side. He doesn't do that. What? Throw me a second time? What's happening? So Codebase Alpha comes. Now I want to know, can somebody else come in? Are we broken again? Did Codebase Alpha break us? And is that why Codebase Alpha didn't store the change? Is that maybe what's going on? Is that my new theory? Because as I recall yesterday, Codebase Alpha played twice in a row as well. Really interesting. So let's keep an eye on who jumps in. That still works.
That still works.
Yeah. Okay, so what is it? File dot copy source file name to destination file name. So it's going to say target path. And we actually want to do like a path.combine here. Target path, comma, and we need to look at the list all spells and get the selected item, the selected spell. So let's see if we can get that list all spells dot selected item. What's that? Hold on, let's comment this out a second. Can I actually just hover over this and find out what it is? This is a spell DTO. Cool. So we'll say as a spell DTO. This is why I like using edit and continue, because it's like, you know, otherwise to write this code, it'd be tricky to do. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to say, if it's nothing, then we're going to get out of there. Otherwise, we're going to say file copy, the path combine, and then we're going to say spell DTO.name. And that's my target. Is this ambiguous? I bet it's ambiguous. I got to come in here and say system.io. Is that my problem? That was my problem. So now, run. If I do this, do this, do this. Hold on. I need an extension here, like that.
Do we have to account for the possibility the file may already exist? Is there any additional parameters that will allow us to specify overwrite true, for example? Because the first time you do it, there's nothing there, but the second time, you'll have that file in place.
Look at that, Rory. We're right there. I can almost touch it. I can almost touch it. Okay, yeah, you're right. Excellent work, Rory. Look at that, saving our
It seems a
again.
lot of my time in various programming things is not figuring out what will happen the first time, but the second time. Second time is closing the loop, so to speak.
Yeah. CM Chris Jones has had a great stream yesterday, according to Codebase Alpha, and he says he might try another one tomorrow. That's awesome, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, Codebase Alpha. It's almost as if Rory were psychic. Yeah, he's awesome, isn't he?
Far from it.
Yeah, definitely. Roy does this a lot. You know, it could be in the future you might get into trouble. He's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So I think that's going to work. I'm going to hit run. And let's clear the breakpoint a second. Let's go open up.
Let's ship it!
Okay. So I have this one. Let's go open another one. And jump out over there, get to scroll, get to the spells, get to the icons. I got Expeditious Retreat in there. It's not showing up as anything. Oh, there it is right there. We can see the preview off to the side.
Just a little time delay as Explorer/Windows figures it out.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. So good. That part was like really flippin' easy. Next, we need to go down low level. To do that, I need to spin up another instance of Visual Studio. We're going to modify the TypeScript now to look for this file and show it. This is going to be a little tricky because the TypeScript code is, well, it's pretty intense for the spell book. To get all that right and to get the measurements right, there's a lot of code going on, right? We're trying to figure out what's
Set breakpoint.
The path looked wrong in the first run. Is Design Parents asking? Do you know what we're talking about? I think you're talking about because I didn't have the PNG on the end. I think, or oh wait, or are you talking about the system IO needing to disambiguate? Because I'm in WPF, there are two different paths. I think I'm not sure which of those you might be referring to, or if it's something else, let me know. Only 15 instances of Visual Studio running. Oh yeah, Design Pattern says yeah, that's what it was. It was this. It was wrong because there's another path in there for drawing paths out of WPF. Yeah. Let's let them open one more, and then we can call all our launch. Then we can all launch our drones. Codebase Alpha. Yeah. Okay. So here's my overlays. This has also got my TypeScript code in it. And my TypeScript code is in here in the TS folder. And I think it's over here in the Dragon Age spell book. That's kind of what we're looking at right there. Okay, so draw spell level school. I have to totally refamiliarize myself with this. The spell level school is, this is the text that comes in. That's actually not what I want. I think School of Magic draw right here. So this is where I want to draw the School of Magic. And it's been so long, Rory, I don't actually remember how to draw an image onto a canvas. Onto a context, I'm sorry. Sprite.draw. But our sprite, that's our sprite proxy. This is this, we've built this awesome wrapper and engine. Draw by index down in the base in and in animation. We should be seeing the low-level code here in a second. Got our translate, rotate, all of this. Here it is, context.draw image. It's called a draw image. I got to grab an image, give it an X and Y offset. Okay, that's the essence of it. I can also scale it, which we're probably going to have to do because these images are kind of big. They're big. That's the actual size, I think, of the image. 256 by 256 right there. Look at that. I've never done this before, Rory. That's 256 pixels right there. Yeah, I've never done that before. Yeah, that's 100%, and we need to shrink it to fit. So, you know, we'll kind of build this a piece at a time. We'll update it a bit at a time. Is kind of what I'm anticipating here. Okay, so we need to load the image. The images, let's go tab to index reference on these guys and see where we're actually loading them. We're just saying new image. I think, what's in load images? Right here. This is some very cool load on demand code that we wrote here. Image.source. We're just setting the source to the file name. Okay, so new image like this, set image.source to the file name, and then call draw image, passing that in into context. Okay, so there's my refresher on how to do that. Let's escape to jump all the way back, get to our spell book. There it is right there. So when we see School of Magic draw, this is where we need, I think, to pull this out into its own function. I think we need to say this dot draw School of Magic. Like that. And let's declare that. And now in here we want to do something that says, let's see, hold on. Next we need to grab the image. We need to find the image, and we need to do it at the right spot. There is a, here, create spell book. Create spell book is where we create it. And we're basically going in, and I don't know if you were with us, Roy, when we wrote this. We're basically adjusting the font.
Genesis 7, where are you? We need your help.
All right, it's working.
Oh, ironic.
I am.
Yeah, that's what would have happened had I been live streaming today with the in the live coders conference. It would have been a mess.
Yep.
I would have been like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't think about this until after we started. Yeah, I definitely have to keep that in mind. So basically what we're doing here is why is scale, oh, it's increasing by 0.01. Scale is less than 3. What's happening here with scale? Create spell page. I thought it was the opposite. I thought the scale, horizontal scale. Oh, I get it. It's widening it until it fits. So basically what's happening is with the default size, if it gets really super tall, it says let's widen it and widen it and widen it and widen it until everything fits. That's what's happening here. All right, so we're
Sure.
doing that. Every time we call create spell page, yeah, I think I wanted to make another call here that says this dot find spell icon, like that is what I want to do, and I want to pass in the spell like that. And so we're gonna, so in other words, I don't want to put it inside create spell page because that's iteratively called. I don't want to go out there and do a disk access check, but I do want to do it once right here. So we're gonna do that, and so let's declare that. And
So I'm curious. You say a disk access. Is that on the presumption that we're going to do an exists test for this graphic?
I think so. Yeah.
Because I don't know that we are. I'm not sure JavaScript is able to detect existence in that sense. What you might be looking to do is to say, have I set an override value of any kind? And if so, use that value.
What do you mean by override value? I think I'm going to tell it to load the file and look
Well,
for an
because
error.
you're
If I get an error, that means it doesn't
oh,
exist.
okay.
That's kind of what I was thinking of. So the idea is, I think, I don't know. Well, let's just assume
So here's
it
the thing.
exists.
If you've got empty data, that is to say you've just got data loaded from the CSV, okay, then you're going to have the School of Magic indicator, right? If you've done a drag drop, you can store the path to as kind of a separate value in a separate property to say, yes, this has been overwritten, and Moore's point, it's been overwritten with pointed to this specific file. So what you can do is test the content of that second property. If it's empty, then you've not overwritten it, and you can use the School of Magic pointer. Thus, there's no need to look on disk or indeed suffer an error. It's just a question of if both values exist, use the override one.
I think you're suggesting, so another way of thinking about this is you're suggesting doing the check in the C# code and setting a property and passing it down. Is that right?
I'd send the property, but the property could be empty, right? So on the TypeScript side, you could go, if the property's empty, we're not going to use it. That's fine. We'll go back to what we were going to do. I just feel like it's more efficient to check the data rather than wait for an error.
The problem is once I set the data, I can't get the data back in the Google sheet. Once I put the data there, I can't. So I was just thinking, well, if the file exists, we're going to use it. Is what I was thinking. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So
Sure.
if I can get the data back in, then I'm 100% on board with your suggestion. I don't know. Do we?
Okay. So presuming you can't do that, what was your plan? So we've got basic data, which is all good, and then you use the main interface to drag drop, as we've seen already, a single file into another location, which causes firstly the copying of that file into sensible location,
Yeah.
but not the same location as the School of Magic value
Right.
file would have been.
Right. And
Now
gives
you
it
need to have
and
the
names it.
client know that that's there.
No, I don't. The client just checks for the file with its same name as a spell, and it tries to load
Right.
it. And if it fails, then it shows the School of
Okay.
Magic. That's kind of what I was doing. So in other words, I was using the existence of the icon as essentially the data. Does that make sense? Because I was putting it in
Okay.
that folder. So yeah, that was my plan. But to be honest, I'm not sure if the exist is going to work or not. I think it might, but I don't know. Cannot find file name image. Why can't you find image? I don't understand that. I'm pretty sure I was looking right at that code because that's not a custom class I have, right? I don't think so. Nope. Doesn't look like it. I'm totally flummoxed by this bit of code here. Maybe because it doesn't. I guess I don't understand why does this good but the other one wasn't. It doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, I want to come and say image.source, that is equal to, and then I want to go find it and load it. So here, how was I getting the other image source? That was, I think, in part is where it was. Wait, did I miss it? It's in load images, I think. Get images here. New image. Interesting, I don't have that there either. So, yeah. So we can do this, is what I'm thinking. Code a little bit like this, Roy, where if the load works,
Okay.
we are good, and if the load fails, we, I think, set ourselves to null. Is what I'm playing with, this kind of weird idea, I suppose. But so this is going to have the we need to get the right name down in here. Then we need to say this is going to become this on load is equal to. Looks like I was setting self before I got in there. Where is that code? Self of type part is equal to this. I did something like that. Let's get some music in here. So try. Oh, this catch is if there's a problem here, I think. I think I'm just going to say image loaded. Has custom icon. Like that. That's what I'm feeling. And I think that's all I need. I don't even, there's no try catch here. Okay. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say this dot has custom icon is equal to false. So we really need to get a and type in db there to get that Boolean variable, paste that in. Okay, there's my unload. I need to set the source to the correct path. And I forget how I'm doing all that as well. Let's go find the source again, the source assignment. Asset folder, file name, folder.assets. So it's just that. It starts basically at the assets, is what I think it does. Okay, so the source here is going to be equal to assets plus, I think it goes dragon H next. Scroll spells icons.
So the only thing I'd say there is that doesn't the system attempt to load the data from the moment that source attribute property gets set? So maybe you need to move the assignment slightly down under the onload procedure.
Wait, say that one more time. This.
Well,
right here?
because the way it is at the moment, it might run that line. Is it 1138? Sorry, 18, it might run that first, fail,
right.
and because it hasn't yet set the onload to
Or it might
be capable of failure, there you go.
Yeah.
Bit of a race condition, I suppose.
No, I totally agree with you. So we're gonna do that. And I think that's. I want this though to be out here. I think I want it to be. I want it to be like this. I want it to be spellbook icon, spell icon, like that. And so now I'm going to come down here. Oh, why not here? Why? I don't get this. I guess I got to do this, make it an object type. Isn't that weird? Let's try this. Let's try declaring this. What's you going to give me if I declare it? HTML image element. Okay. Wow. Is that surprising to you, Rory? That somehow this
You know,
is that?
it was before I saw it, but HTML image element I have come across before. So does that mean that image is something we've created?
I don't think so.
That
I
we
thought
have
it
elsewhere,
did.
and obviously they're not quite compatible. One's a wrapper or the other, perhaps.
If I drill into it, it wants to throw me out to lib.dom.d.ts. So no, I don't think we built this. That's my
Okay.
drill into. So we'll say spell icon.load. And then there. Okay? Cool.
I'm really interested to see if this works, because I had not appreciated the idea that we're effectively catching a presumed exception, I guess. Well, we're not actually, but we're presuming that onload will only complete validly if it doesn't 404 trying to find the text file, or the image file.
Right. Well, let's do this. Let's get some data out there. Spell icon loaded, like that. Plus spell dot name. I think that'll work. Okay. And now we're going to say spell dot name plus dot png. I think there's a shot that that code will work. Then we've got that function out here, draw school of magic, I think, that we just extracted, right? If we get all this to work, Rory, in like 4 lines of code.
That would be very cool. Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, show's over. Okay, sorry, kids. Thought we were going to have more trouble here. This dot spell icon. And where are we throwing that at? School of Magic. Well, the School of Magic,
It's kind of an else, isn't it? Yeah.
the School of Magic knows where the X and Y are. School of Magic is a collection of sprites. It's got a sprite proxy in it. Let's go look at where the School of Magic, how it's setting its X and Y when we add a new element to it. Here we go. School of Magic. Top left. I'm going to turn this into a, I'm going to take this out of here and turn it into a this. Like that. Actually, before I do that, though, I want to do a tab to next reference, see every piece, and just added this in front of it, and make sure I've got that. I've cleared all those. The tab to next reference is a really nice navigational feature. Help me. All right, good. That got them all. Okay, so taking that out, typing in this. Now I'm going to pop this up out of here. School of Magic, that var. Okay, right there. Genesis 7 says positive coding. Rory's so positive, says Design Patterns. Isn't it awesome?
Well, we'll wait for it, people, because if this is going to fail, I suspect the way it'll fail is that the ones that you have not overridden will cease to draw, because they'll all believe they have a custom icon, but in fact there won't be one.
Is it not the var there? I thought it was var. I guess it's not var there. Okay, so now we've got this right here. So now we have our X and Y. Okay, for the top left. Just hitting escape to get back. So now our X and Y come in here, dot X and dot Y. And there's our draw image. Otherwise, we're going to do the School of Magic draw. Could that be all we need to do?
It's possible.
All right, let's try it. Let's go ahead and do the back overlay. We'll do it on the stream. We'll try it live on the stream. If it fails, we'll run it and bring it up in a browser. So it's waiting for a refresh. Initialize player data. Just going to do that. Should get rid of that. Did that not work? Wait, did it? It looks like that did not get rid of it. I've seen this problem with, because I'm running. Am I still running? I'm debugging over here. Sorry, kids. Okay. Let's run it. Okay. Now, initialize player data. Please work. Because if that doesn't work, it doesn't look like it's working. Did not work. I've seen this happen with SignalR, and the only way to do it is to restart. But guess who doesn't want to restart? I'm going to try this. I'm going to try starting a standalone instance of it. Because we have, the standalone instance wouldn't have the latest changes. This is the one thing about edit and continue. If you make changes like this and you change the app, you're actually not changing the exe. Right? So, if I don't rebuild and I just run the exe, it's going to have the old code. It's not going to have the new code, so I can't test drag and drop.
Mm-hmm.
But hold on, I'm gonna try it anyway. Starting up a second instance of this guy with the old code in it. How much I do not. I'm initializing player data from here. That should work there. Okay. That's fine. If I close it, can I change from here? No. The SignalR is essentially wiped out, disconnected somehow. And I don't understand that. Sometimes it shouldn't work, but let's try it anyway. Yeah, that's welcome to the show. Design patterns. We're going to try and push things yet. So I'm either forced to restart, which I'm just, the whole challenge is blown. Yeah, I'm going to restart. All right. Sorry, kids. I'm closing down. I'm going to restart it so I can get my SignalR back. I was contemplating, Rory, trying to fight to get SignalR back to like restart it or reset it using edit and continue. And I was like, yeah, no, that's my limit right there. All right, here we go. Coming back in, got SignalR back, initialize player data.
Merkin.
Okay. Tidal wave. Let's go to my spells. Go find tidal wave. There it is. Tidal wave selected. Let's keep an eye on this folder right here. Let's go to my spells. Let's look at something water-like. Why not? Grab that. Yeah, it looks a little more ice-like. Hold on. Give me some tidal wave looking stuff here, kids. What you got for me? I could use this for now. It's not my favorite, but we can change it later too. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What's that? There's tidal wave. All right, here we go. Boom, boom. Now, we don't see an immediate update, but if I move away and come back, will we see it? No, we won't see it. That's so sad for me, Rory.
Yeah.
It's here. All right, let's find out why. We're gonna go get some. We're gonna run this. Run it from here. Here we go. I wonder what happens if I have 2 of these loaded. How much trouble can I get into? Because I've got now the standalones running.
You really shouldn't utter phrases like, how much trouble can I get into?
Yeah. Running with scissors, kids. Running with scissors. We haven't seen Ocular Malice in a while. Error code launching IIS Express. Port is in use. Okay. That gives us a sense of the kind of trouble that we can get into. All right, I'm going to abort everything, pull it all back down. Let's go shut down my manual instances of this thing. It is this guy is one of them. Okay, there we go. And the other one is here. Okay, that's shut down. And one other thing we like to do, and that's kill every instance of Chrome. Start it up again. I think in a way I'm okay, Roy, that it didn't work out.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it's a way more interesting show if we got bugs than if it all works.
True.
Right? Okay, here we go.
We get to demonstrate our awesome debugging skills now.
All right, so now all we should have to do is click on tidal wave and we might see something because the file exists. Nothing. Okay, so we need more data. Is what I think we need here.
Yeah.
So let's, we're calling find spell icon. We are doing that. Let's do this.
We had a log of spell icon loaded that we were trying to do there. I didn't see that in our code.
Right, so we're not loading it, which means the spell name may be incorrect. So I'm going to say, I'm going to do this spell icon name like this. Set it equal to that. Let's send that out at least. Got this cool CodeRush template called CLOO, CL Object Oriented or something. I don't know what the O stands for. It's like object something. And anyway, I just pasted in that, hit enter a couple times, and that's how I got that out fast like that. Okay. Oh, could this be my problem? Oh, no, wait, that's not my problem because I just deleted that. I thought, oh, did I have code that didn't work? But no, we would have seen that. All right, so there, let's do a refresh over here. Now, I didn't initialize the data. That also may have been my bad on that. So let's initialize the player data. And I also didn't click on the spell page, it seems like, too. Wait, waiting to be initialized, and initialized player data is not working. That means it's that signal art disconnect thing. I got to restart it. This time, though, I'm going to shut that down. I'm going to rebuild over here. And I'm going to start it up manually without the debugger behind it, because we've got the code we need. I just need to get that rebuild in there. Build succeeded. Here it comes, starting it up. Here we are. Initialize player data. Let's go back over here. This should go away now. There it is. Okay, good. Let's work our way in. Yeah, it could be that we just didn't test it thoroughly enough. Coming over here. Spells. We got to get to tidal wave. See anything? We got nothing. Here we go. Ooh. We got 2 Dragon H's in here.
Ah,
Okay, let's fix that.
we are combining two things. Yeah.
The folder assets
Okay.
changed. The assets folder changed. So I'm thinking about, instead of relying on that, just coming in here and saying, doing this. Just give it a hard-coded path. Yeah. That's what I think I'm going to do. All right, let's refresh. See if that works. Refresh. Initialize player data. Switch to me. Tidal wave. Well, that's better, I think.
Hmm.
Oh, wow, look at that.
I think we have
Still not found.
perf issues.
What'd you say?
It's very slow over the Skype there. I don't know whether it was that way for you in person.
Why is that? What's wrong with that? Let's compare it out with this. What did I do wrong? Assets. Dragon H. Scroll. Spells. Icons. Tidalwave.png. I don't get what's wrong there.
Is your are we actually having a root for our web app just above the assets?
I think so.
I'm not sure exactly where that is, but that link address should just launch in a tab and show you the graphic if that graphic is in fact there.
You mean if I click on it, you mean? Is that what you're saying, or no?
Well, that which you've just done sort of proves that the asset, that the value isn't where we think it is.
Right.
Now, it's not that the path is wrong so much that the route ahead of the path. So localhost 4433, where is that pointing on disk?
How do we tell
If
that
it's
out?
not
Do you
pointing-
know?
That could be the properties of the.
Because
I
that
guess
just,
it's of the web app.
that gets here is where it gets to. I'm able to load these other assets, right? I'm delay loading these other pieces. Here it's going to lib signal R. I wonder if we have
So
that.
one way to figure it out is where you see that background loading thing immediately underneath the one that's failing. It says /sprinkles, etc. Where is that message being rendered from? Because it will be doing that presumably alongside supplying a full path to sprinkles. So you can kind of prove it.
Start to load file name.
Somewhere in there, I'd be expecting a root path to be available.
All right, let's go set a breakpoint in there. It's about 90.
Check out the chat room.
What you got for me?
So design patterns is suggesting that you need game dev /assets.
Let's see. Did I miss that? Oh. Okay. Try that.
That sounds pretty valid.
It's an easy fix. See if I got that right or not.
Yeah, look, there you go. All the scripts there in that file also show game dev as the root of where they're trying to go to. So our actual root of the web app is above the game dev folder.
Yeah, good job there spotting that design patterns. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Let's try now. They're jumping over here. Go to tidal wave. What are we going to get? What's it going to show for us? Ah, nice. Nice. Okay. Now we got to scale it.
There we go.
certainly getting closer. That's awesome. Okay, so we got to scale it. What is the size of... Let's go look at the size of Schools of Magic. Schools of Magic right here. These are about 115 by, we'll say 115 squared is what we'll say. So we need to take 115 and divide it by the size, the side of our other images, which I'm pretty sure is 256, but let's verify that.
Can we get away with just setting the width of our image object?
You think we can
Will
do
it-
that?
will
We
it
don't have to
scale?
scale? I don't know. That's a really brilliant idea. Let's try it. I didn't know we could do that at all. So let's try it.
I mean, it'll either crop it or scale it, right? Those are the two options.
Right. So we'll say 115. We'll do the same with the height. Like that. And
We may not need to set a height. I wonder, if you do this directly to a HTML element that is an image, it will adjust both, I think.
all right, let's try it. Here we go. Refresh. And initialize player data. Let's go to tidal wave. What's it going to be, kids? You going to give it to me or not? Should also look at the console. Nope, it didn't work at all.
Oh, okay.
Surprising, because I thought you had a good thing going there. All right, so we're going to do this. We're going to actually do this here. We're going to create a new constant that's a number. We're going to say scale. And we're going to set that equal to. Let's put another constant up above here. We're going to say spell icon width is equal to 115, I think is what we saw. And we're going to say, I think it's target width. And then we're going to say spell icon source width is equal to 256. And then we're going to say my scale is equal to my target width divided by my source width. So there's my scale. And shoot, I think I got to do this. We don't have constants out here, do we? We have read only. What'd you say, Ray?
Nothing.
The same coder's template expands differently depending on where I am. So I'm just typing QN up here as well. Then we're going to say grab this. We'll say one more QN up here. And we're going to say spell icon scale. Like that is equal to that. And this has got to be spell book. Right? There and there. Okay. So now we got to use spell icon scale when we draw the spell icon. And to do the scaling, we kind of have to do it here manually because the other scaling we have was kind of wrapping all around it. So we want to say spell book. Do this. I want to go find in part. I think that's where we were doing the scaling before. So we've got a context save and followed by a context restore. So I think we need those two pieces. There's my context save, my context restore. Context.scale. And then we're going to say context.scale. And it's going to be, we're going to pass in this guy for both. And I think that's it. Do I need to translate it all? I don't think so because I'm drawing the upper left. Upper left.
Yeah, I think you're probably okay there.
Ha 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 ha. Ocular malice. Are you telling me I have to get on Discord so I can insult Mark by voice? Ocular malice. Ocular malice. I feel like I've been nothing but friendly to you, my friend. Now I'm an expert at flapping. Yeah, I feel like I've only been a good guy. You keep coming at me, Ocular Malice. Ocular Malice is coming at me, honey. How you doing?
Ocular Malice?
Yeah.
How dare he?
Yeah.
Are you challenging my man?
Are you gonna defend me?
No.
I find that so sexy. There she is. She's a planet. She's an angry planet.
Why?
I'm pretty sure that's a picture of Uranus there, honey. I shouldn't even talk about that on this show, but I'm pretty sure that's literally, or it could be Pluto. Could be Pluto. You never know. You good? You just gonna hang out there? That's where you're gonna be?
Well, do you know how hard it is to get up here?
No. Ocular Malice is saying,
I can't do it.
Grrrr.
Dude,
Design Patterns is laughing. Surly Dev. Surly Dev just tried to give
Karen
it.
is not short.
Why is Karen so
I'm
short?
Taller than the average.
Bear.
Yes.
Child,
The
a
bear
cub,
is
bear
a
cub.
very short cub.
Careful, Mark. Very careful.
Oh,
such
This
just
fragmented
in.
ground.
This is in. Careful, Mark. Be very careful what you say.
How does Rory know me so well? I love that about you, Rory. I want that Rory saying, "Careful, Mark, very careful," in your ear as a constant.
Surly Dev says, why is Karen so short? Or Ocular Malice says, why is Karen so short? Surly says, because she's a little cutie. That's
Oh,
a little
tonight.
cutie. Is it
No.
tonight?
Is it?
Yeah, I think it is. Is today Thursday?
It's what I hear tell on the street.
Yeah, kids.
Thursday today, yeah.
Live comedy Dungeons and Dragons with over-the-top special effects built right here on the show every Thursday and Sunday. So it's tonight.
I'm
Design
chewing
Pattern
gum.
says, nice save. All right, you can chew gum. All right.
I'm leaving.
But on Dragon Humpers, it's going to be a pro show.
Do you want to see what else Mark has on his desk because he's not great at breathing? He's got
This is like, I really don't like the show and tell on Mark's desk.
what
Can
is
we-
that?
Can we stop? No. You just go. Be gone. I'm not inviting you here anymore. You're not invited. This is this is the men's room, and any
No
girls
girls
are there.
allowed. You should
Yeah.
put it on the door. Like,
Ocular Malice, really? I can't even talk about that. I cannot believe you.
Wow.
Ocular Malice, yeah, Karen could stay says Ocular Malice. Yeah, I think Ocular Malice doesn't like me. And I feel like I was just saying,
Ocular
I feel like I've
Maris,
been,
I didn't like Mark at first either. I was
How about
really,
now?
Well, he does grow on you. It's true. Ocular Maris, you have to give it about 15 years, and then you find him tolerable. I'm just saying, play the long game, Ocular
play
Maris.
the long game. By the way, earlier today, Totally Not a Bot is followed, Jur1 is followed, and Richard Bushnell is followed. Thanks for all those follows, kids. Appreciate that.
Wow, you're like a DJ.
Surly Dev, yeah, Surly Dev. So you like him now? Yeah.
Well, I married him so for the past I don't know, 13 years. How long?
It's been pretty much pure hate.
No, I really hated him for the first 2 years.
For the first 13 years of our marriage, hated him.
Yeah,
I was like,
terrible.
why?
I
Just
was like,
slap.
why do I keep having these kids with this guy? I hate him.
I'd wake up in the morning and say, hey, beautiful. And she'd just go
I
slap me
hate
across.
you.
I hate you.
I'll most likely
what
kill
are you
you in
doing
the
in my
morning.
doing in my bed? Get the,
Please stop showing up.
She'd pick up the phone, call, emergency services, 911.
But in the last year, he started to take out the trash, make coffee, and I'm like, fine.
Fine. It's not
We're
bad.
reached an agreement.
Not bad.
So what Karen's saying is that eventually you learn your place, and then it's all good,
hard.
right?
Yeah, Rory says, so eventually Mark learns his place and it's all good.
Not entirely, Rory. He still needs you.
That wasn't a denial.
He says that wasn't a denial. It wasn't a denial that I've learned my place or not.
It's not a denial. He mostly has.
All right.
That is the success to the key to a
It's
successful
designed
marriage.
to marry someone you
Otherwise,
hate.
it's just too much of the same thing.
Yeah, you don't want
You
that.
don't want love and marriage.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you were, when I met Karen and I convinced her to marry me, you were actually in the process of saying your vows. Oh, look who's coming. Oh, look, it's Oscar. Look out, Karen.
Oh, Oscar. I mean, Grover.
Groversaurus.
You're the very adorable Grover.
Groversaurus says aiming at Oscar, not Karen. Honest. I was started by saying aiming at Karen, though.
Wow.
Groversaurus.
Groversaurus.
You're in trouble.
You are not cute, little furry, and adorable.
I think we just do a show called Careful, It's Karen. And
yes.
and
We're
people
like,
talk.
wait, what did you just say?
Who is that?
Wait a minute.
Chillaxor is with us. Hey, Chillaxor. Welcome, buddy.
So I'm introducing my kids to classic Disney movies today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The good news is there's some vague racism in most of them.
So you get to talk about things.
Yeah.
You mean not good because, darn, we really haven't seen a lot of racism
No,
lately,
I'm sorry.
kids.
The bad thing is that there's some subtle racism, but the good thing is the kids don't understand any of it. Like they don't, you know what I
Right.
mean? It's not references that they're
Do you,
not.
do you bring it up and talk about it at all?
I do a little bit if I think that they're going to encounter it again, but some of it is just stuff that we wouldn't ever use now, so it's not in their vocabulary.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's kind of cool.
Ocular
oh, no,
Malice,
let's
you do-
not watch Song of the South. We're not going that
No.
far, my friend.
Yeah, no, I can do
No,
that.
we're talking like what did we just? Oh, like Snow White has some.
Can you look what Ocular Malice says here. I thought I had an intro to on this channel. Or did you destroy it like the rest of my life?
What I'm saying,
Like the
Ocular
rest
Malice.
of I didn't destroy your life, Ocular
I'm
Malice.
pretty sure he did.
I just
That's
existed.
some
Yeah, but
skills.
going
Destroying his
to
life
us,
from
We-
it's
there.
our
we-
favorite pastime,
We pair
Ocular
programmed
Malice and
like
I.
3 times and I've destroyed his life. He's not over it.
That's about right. 3 times. Collaborate with the man about 3 times, and your life is destroyed. That's why we only have 2 kids together.
It's either that or you end up married.
Yeah, either that or you end up married, says Rory. Yeah.
Yeah. Either way.
Guys, anyone has any tips or advice? My right hand hurts, can't move my mouse anymore. Little bone on the pinky finger wrist hurts like hell. Yeah, this is my advice. Go with this. That's what I'm advising right here. In fact, I would do this even before. Surly Dove says use your left hand.
I prescribe. I think you should get that
Amputation.
chip in your brain that lets your mouse move. Right. I want you to go full beta on this. Right? Totally. Don't
you
worry
won't-
about any kind of clinical testing. I want you to go in and you say, I want your biggest chip in my head so I can move my mouse.
I asked for this. You said no.
That's no for you.
Yeah.
I don't want a chip in your head.
Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna get you a link. Give me a sec
Well, I
here.
mind if you get a wife. A mean wife? Oh, so you mean get a wife if you get a chip in your head? Kind of. It depends.
Oh Jesus!
I don't-
Ocular Malice, you can't say things like that on my show. Okay?
And that's not true. For many people,
He's talking about Chillaxor's hand, is what he's talking about up there.
still in all.
So here we go. What is it? Is it this one? I feel like I need to double check these. Do I have a brand in here? A tag?
They are in a yellow box with black writing.
Yeah, it looks like they may have changed the box color.
Oh, you photo. Yeah, they're free.
That's actually not the same as what I have, though. Hold on. Let me go to my orders, and I'm gonna search my orders because these are the I've actually tried a lot of these. Like there was a time when I tried every one that was out there, and these remain to be really good here.
Do you want to talk about your ergonomic keyboard?
I use Microsoft Natural Keyboard so my elbows can stay out. Here we go. Hold on. No, wait. Is that right? Nope, that's not it.
Mueller.
No. Hold on, I'll get it for you kids. Give me a break. Give me a moment. There it is. Yeah. So, well, shoot. That's not the same color as the ones I have. All right, here's what I'm going to show you. I'll show it to you.
Those are nude, so you will look less like a superhero with carpal tunnel. And it will blend right in with your skin.
Here's
Although
what I
nude
got.
is
I'm going to throw
really
this out
depends
here.
on what your skin tone is, my goodness. But they're
So,
space.
I'll throw that out there. That's apparently one of the ones in my order history. So make sure you get one for the left and the right. Get both hands. That's what I would do. Did test kill him work? I didn't see. Did he do it? Nope, doesn't look like that's working. Fred's not talking. I think we need a refresh on
Fred's pretty creepy.
the overlays.
I know.
Yeah, you think so?
He's a little creepy. I'm like, are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Or are you not looking at me?
All right, so let's look at our scaling here. I think we're done with the scaling code. We just need to refresh and try it out. Let's give that a shot. What do you think? Look at this code right here, baby. Does that look good to you? We're saving the context first.
Okay.
This is like a...
No, don't save the context first.
Save it later.
Yeah, save the context at the end. Everybody.
Restore it before saving.
Yeah, restore before saving.
Okay.
That's the new
You
way.
sure? You want it? It's a new way?
If you want to go old school retro and
Right.
not restore.
You're right. No, you're right. That's...
I say
Everybody knows
save.
old school.
No, wait to save. Wait to save.
Wait to save. All right. So I'm going to do a... let's do a refresh out here. See if that scale is working now. You'd be so
That'd be
happy. Thanks for the links, says July Sword. Yeah, definitely get that. I've just refreshed. Does that mean now, do we have control of Fred? No. Why don't we have control of Fred? Did a refresh. Thought I did. Send over the new data. There it is. Okay, try now for Fred. Should work. Mark doesn't scale well. Yeah, it's true. Ocular Malice, I'll totally design one for you if you show up here more often and hang out and not just say mean things, not just come in to be mean. Wow. Okay, so here we go. Switching to me, bringing up the tidal wave spell, and it's waiting to see if it's going to load or not.
Interesting perf on the things appearing.
Well, it's delay loading is what it is. It's not really a perf issue. It's just kind of, it's loading all these things
Okay.
at once. Who's got to move the?
That's the right size. It's in the wrong place.
Yeah, we got to translate as well as scale. That's what we have to do.
That's
So
weird.
when we scale the context, we have to. It's not necessarily that weird. It's when we scaled. Look, we have to translate by our. In this case, it's the center X and center Y is what we're doing.
Okay.
So what I'm going to try doing before I call draw image is I'm going to try to translate, but use the X and the Y with this. In fact, let's create two numbers here, X, and use CodeRush to duplicate this line, turn it into Y with both of those. Let's see if the upper left is going to work for the translate. Hope it is. Reset. Refresh. Scale first, then translate. Yeah. Well, now that I'm stuck in my basement, I'll work on a PR for an intro for you. Ocular Malice. All right, fine. We'll do it. And yeah, I actually totally, I have these awesome images of Ocular Malice because I love the name. And I just this really threatening eyeball kind of thing. All right, refreshing my data. And tidal wave. What's interesting is we don't show either one, which makes me worry that it's kind of returning true. We see a spell icon name is here, but we haven't seen the success. There's it's loaded right there. Spell icon loaded. Oh, and it's up here.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's kind of weird. So that means I got to do this
That
instead.
feels like negated versions or non-negated versions.
I don't know. Let's try translating. Give it the plus and minus. Let's see what happens there. This is, by the way, this is I think Ocular Malice I inspire a lot of hate in Ocular Malice when I code like this. Where I'm like, that didn't work. Let's try the positive. I think Ocular Malice is just like, oh my God, just do the math, Mark. Just do the math and figure it out. I get him so mad. It's true. I have destroyed his life with only 3 pair programming sessions. Okay, tidal wave. What do we got?
Psychological scarring.
There's the icon name right there. What's interesting, we're in this moment, we're not drawing the other piece, it seems. Why aren't we drawing the other one? We should at least see the other one.
But isn't it? It's still a choice between the two, isn't it? So we've made the choice. We just haven't loaded the thing.
Yeah. Now this is where Ocular Malice is super mad. It's fine. I love you, dude. He says. Yeah. Because now Ocular Malice is like, you should have done the math, Mark. What am I off by now? Is it? Do I need to scale the amount I move by? Is my question now. In other words, should the translate be the translate times the scale? It was really weird that it showed up exactly in the upper left. Like I was like,
yeah.
What? That was like super weird to me. Let's go look at the part code over here and see where we get center X and Y from. Is that at all? That's just passed straight in, right? Yeah.
Right, I'm afraid I'm going to have to make like design patterns and bid you adieu.
Okay, buddy.
Until, I guess it's Tuesday at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday, buddy. All right. Thanks, Roy.
Everybody have a nice Easter weekend if that's where you are and how things are working. We'll catch you all next week.
All right, buddy. Thanks so much. We'll figure this out.
See you later, guys.
We'll make it work. Okay. So yeah, I'm translating based on the center position of this thing. And then wait. And then I'm adding the offset, which is where to go. So I'm basically saying, where's the center of the image? Where do I want the center of the image to be? And then adding the offset X, which is the distance from the upper left to the center. Yeah. I think I wanted a little more data to see how these are all playing out based on their positioning, where they are. This one's always off by the same amount, isn't it? Or is it not? I didn't actually notice that. I should have like taken a picture there. It doesn't quite look like this. I'm trying to figure out what the math is here. What the behavior is, right? The upper left should be here, but it's here instead. Oh, wait. The X and Y, hold on. The X and Y are the center of this thing. So these are the center points of that, I'm pretty sure. School of Magic. Well, this says top left, School of Spell Details. No, wait, that's not what I'm worried about. School of Magic add X and Y. Now I want to go to School of Magic and see what its origin is. The origin set up? There's no origin in that. So if the origin is not set on this, then that means it's upper left. So that's its upper left. You're on your own now, but I will consume the code so I can offer something instructive. I just need to get grounding in your code base. So add half the width or subtract. I don't think it's quite there, is what I think. Design Pattern says, thanks for the link on the wrist braces. Also join the Discord server as Java. Thanks, Design Pattern. Appreciate that. See you, Ocular Malice. No worries. Yeah, I don't think it's not feeling right to me. It's like it's off by some other percentage. Oh wait, it's off by the percentage scale. Let's try that. Let's just try it. So we're going to draw the image. We're going to add more here. Is that what we're going to do? Let's try it, see what happens. See what happens. We'll just push it down a little bit. Initialize player data. Interesting. Without Skype going, without the Skype call going, this loads way faster. Let's bring up tidal wave. Here it comes. Okay. What did I get wrong? What's wrong with my X and my Y? So this one worked and the other one didn't? That like nailed that position right there. Do I really, this is like just the weirdest thing in the world. Is this really gonna fix this? Sometimes, by the way, I do this and I just, you know, just to kind of get a sense of what, you know, it's kind of like black box testing.
Doesn't know God.
Ocular Malice, you said I was on my own, buddy. You're still there. You're still there, buddy. All right, I'm not on my own. Here we go. Tidal wave again. What is happening? It's closer, but not perfect. Also, it doesn't quite look. Let's look at these images out on disk here. Yeah, they're pretty close to the edge. There's a little bit of indentation there. I'm just trying to figure that out. This X is looking really bizarre to me in terms of the amount of motion, the amount I need to offset that to change it versus the Y. It seems like they're way different. And it doesn't work there. No good at all. All right, let's go look at scaling. Oh, do I really have to do this scaling example? Let's go look at a scaling example. Let's translate, see what we can find.
He's in the house.
What? We could do that. Draw image takes additional scaling parameters. It does. Okay, hold on. Let's run with that instead. So now let's not do any of this. Could it be that that's all we need? Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, let's do another refresh. Initialize player data. Tidal wave. X is not defined. Yep. Refresh. Initialize player data. Tidal wave. Wow. Okay, so that's it. Let's drop that size down. Let's make it 100. And I don't think I need this at all. And I want to spell icon margin left, and let's make that 10 and do a spell icon margin top as well. And let's put this here and put this here. Jetsum's popping in quickly before I head to work meeting. Okay, buddy. Glad to see you, Jetsum. All right, let's try that. So we can get a little indentation and it's a little smaller so it fits better. That's what we're looking for. Okay, initialize player data. Not bad. I'm going to change my top margin and left margin. I'm going to drop both the margins down a bit. Left margin I'm going to subtract 5 from. So make that 5. And my top margin, I'm going to take 5 away from that too. Maybe 8. I'm just make my top margin 2. How's that going to look? Let's try that. Initialize player data. tidal wave. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. All right. Let's go to, let's do the stream. Let's do this on the stream now. Refreshing my overlay pages. And the dice. Waiting for the scroll bar to disappear. There, just disappeared. Here's the back overlay. Okay. Initialize player data. Now, one more thing I want to do. When we copy the file, I want to resend the active spell down there is what I want to do. So we can kind of drag and select the spells from here. So for example, if we take, here, let's click on this. So there's Thunderwave, for example. Why is it taking so long? Well, it's actually taking so long to load everything up. So we're still kind of load on demand. The demand loading pieces are coming in here still. And it's flashing as it brings everything in. So let's give it a second. There we go. Now we start to see the glow around. Okay. All right, so there it's fast. Tidal wave. What about the load? Why aren't you loading? Why aren't we loading tidal wave? Whoa! Okay, I think it was because we're back around loading other things. That's what I think is going on. Oculus says quarantine day 6000. Watching marked code makes me feel ill. I think I might have virtual COVID-10. Nice. Drinkadoo says nice beardo. Or Enkido says nice beardo. Thank you. Mark asks code why it's not loading, expecting an answer. I kind of got an answer, Oculus Malice. You give me, some trouble, but if you look, it answered right when I asked, or about a little bit later. Okay. So, Thunderwave, tidal wave. Cool. Now what I want to do is when I've got Thunderwave up and I drag something on, I want to resend Thunderwave back out again. And let's go figure out how we're sending that out. So I'm just hitting tab to next reference here. Selection changed here. All right, let's do this. Let's set a breakpoint here. Let's go to a selection change. Oh, am I standalone not running? I'm standalone not running. Okay. I want to be running. All right, so let's close this down and let's run it. We can refactor this right now. And we're going to say extract method. We're going to call this show active spell. Like that. And I think I just need to send this out here. And I think there's a shot it'll resend the data out. Let's try it. And I don't think I need to refresh anything because we're just starting this app up. So just initialize player data. Is it going to work? Can't quite tell yet.
Willie!
Looks like it worked.
Merkin Bushwhacker!
There's tidal wave. Now let's come over here. I don't know. Click on Arcane Eye. Now let's grab an image. Hey, look, one right there. Let's grab Arcane Eye and drag it on. Drag that over here. And are we going to see a refresh of it? Looks like we're not, because it's the same data already sent, I bet. If I go away and come back and look at it, okay, not bad, but I need to resend it is what I need to do. I need to force it, force it, force it. Show player casting. Player consider casting. How are we getting out here to send it? I guess I kind of need to look at that. What if I... What if I cleared... do this? Yeah, I guess we're going to have to... I think set a breakpoint here. Is what I think we're going to have to do. All right, we'll drag another one over onto it, here onto Arcane Eye. Show active spell. Start stepping in here. I want to be down inside here. Show player casting. I'm going to stop right here. From there. Go inside here. And get out here inside the event handler. Player state changed. Here we go. Update state UI for player. Player data changed. Okay, so we're sending it out here. The player is now going to have considered casting, which is a right spell actively. I think it's probably in spells is where it is. Spell tentatively casting.
Is that the bug?
I don't think I got a bug yet. There it is, Arcane Eye. Okay, so this is all good here. In other words, we're sending it out. The problem is down in our overlay, in our spell book, we're not redrawing it. And I think it has to do, let's go look at it. Create spell book. I think I've got some code in here. This. This is what's stopping me from recreating it. Surly. Okay. All right. So, rather, Fred, what are you talking about, Fred? This is my problem. I need to reset the spell name.
Exactly.
Ocular Malice is getting control of the show. Spell name is equal to spell name. That's inside of here. Update player data. So I've got to update the player data. I've got to set all these to null and then update the player data. I think it's what I've got to do. I've got to essentially reset that. So I think there's a clear active spell. Is what I think there is here. Let's go back in. Let's try dragging this back into Arcane Eye. Do I have a clear active? What is it? Let's go jump out to the designer. Clear spell. What we got here? Clear spell click. Clear previously casting spell. And that's going to trigger its own. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to take this and extract this to its own method. Clear player spell. Like that. Then I'm going to pop it in here. And we're going to set the execution point here and try and run it. And let's see if that works. So Arcane Eye is up like that. You can see it on the stream right there. Let's go now grab one of these images, drag it over into Arcane Eye and see if the stream updates. Oh, it's not updating. I feel like that totally should have worked.
That was a close one.
It was a close one. That means then if we move away from Arcane 9 back, it's going to have the new image. It didn't have the new image. Why did that not have the new image? Let me try one more time. There. Clear active spell should get over to Hubtastic base station, and inside of there should call player data changed. One of these two should be called. The response set. Let's see if we get out here. All right, we're here. Let's look at our call stack. Make sure we're coming from that. We didn't get it from the clear active. We got it from show active spell. All right, so let's do this. Let's force it from here. What else do I need? The player data.
Force and ignorance.
Might be happening. Try one more time. I feel like we're close. It's still not taking the bear though. Why isn't it getting the bear? Still no. And still not taking the bear. What's going on with that? Let's go look at let's verify that the actual image is in there. The bear is there for Arcane Eye. Why aren't we taking that on the stream?
Getting closer.
Because it has the same file name, is there a cache going on? I don't know. Let's look at that code. I'm not sensing that the solution is down here. Well, let's do this. Let's play in this space here. Whoa. Okay, well that's because it didn't have the cache going on, I think.
Cutie! Bushwhacker!
Arcane Eye is what we're looking at. Gotta get over here to show the spell. Okay. Let's take the image, drag the eye over to it. And nothing is updated here. We're not seeing the code come back here. It's not coming. Oh, well, we're here. Hold on. We're at a breakpoint. Okay, let's run it. Cannot read player ID of null. Didn't like me sending null out. Okay. Here. Player data changed. Let's go see what we're sending out in other places. Okay. Whoops. All right, so let's try it. Need a breakpoint here. Trigger it one more time. Send that out instead. Might be happier about it. Clear console. So we can see this whole thing up here. Let's hide the main scroll. I can't really test that because I do need to scroll out is what I need.
Little cutie!
Okay, there's Arcane Eye. Let's do this so we can see it here. I'm going to shut down the back overlay on the live stream for a second. I'm just going to turn it off so we can see just what's working here. Okay, this is just saying it can't find the other one I selected. That's okay. Now let's take our image, drag it across, and release it. I don't see the error. And okay, it's at least grabbing the right image, but it's still not doing the update. Set a breakpoint here. See what's going on with active player when we clear it. Drag another image. Grab the zombie. Pop it over there. What's going on with active player? Does it have a spell? Shoot, it's down here in the fields. Hold on a second. I'll get you in the chat room. I see I've missed a couple things there. Spell tentatively casting is still not null. It should be null for this to work. I think there's a clear.
What happened?
Previously casting spell. What do we got here? Probably not running because you need additional files. Some APIs require stuff like. What are you talking about? You're not talking about me. Freddie, can you duck down a bit? Ask Surly Dev. Freddie can duck. There's Freddie out of the way. What's going on with clear previously casting? Okay, so what I want to do is I think I want to say clear previously casting spell. I almost feel like I don't need this. Active player.clear tentatively We have a tentatively casting spell? No, we don't. Let's jump in here one more time. I'm looking for something that just clears all of these. Clear all casting. That's what I want. Okay, so there's clear all casting. I think that's going to trigger the Hubtastic base station is what I think it's going to do. I don't think I necessarily need this either. I think it could get away with these two. Let's see if we got a shot at it working. Let's clear the breakpoint. Where are we? Here. Looked like that did not work because I think I dragged the zombie in, right? Nope, did not work. If I move away and come back, does it at least load the right image? It does. Okay, so that's good. So the refresh is not happening. I need a little bit more there. That's what it looks like I need. Okay. Breakpoint. Drop it. Let's undo here a little bit. Let's try that. Still didn't look like it updated it. Why is that? Does it need a time? I wonder if it needs a moment to load because it's not getting it till the request animation frame comes in. So I'm wondering if it's just getting these back to back, so it's not actually having a moment to ever reset. I'm going to take a look at that in a second. Yeah, nothing's happening out here. Okay. Also not seeing any indication that we need a reload out there.
Does anybody know what's happening?
We're going to breakpoint it. Here we go. Drop it in. There's a breakpoint. Does active player at least no longer have the tentatively and watch? Spell tentatively casting. Whoa! That's supposed to be null. Clear all casting. There's a bug. It's right here. That's why it's not clearing it. Okay, continue. One more time.
That's a bug!
Here we are. Come back over here. Drag it on. And now active player should have, there it's null. Good. So we're getting change there. Oh, look at that. Okay, good. There it is. Let's get the other piece and let's watch it here. So Arcane Eye, I'm going to drag this on over here. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so there's Arcane Eye. Good. That did work. That did work. That did work. That did work. Oh, Pudding, you're talking to somebody who's having trouble. I missed.
Awesome!
Serious question. Is all this code in the mispronounced repo so I can run it locally? It is, but all the code is there, but the assets are not. So that's it's somewhat challenging to actually try to run some of the bot stuff because the bot kind of requires to be up and loaded. So it's a little bit tricky to do that. But yeah, all the code is there. All the code is checked in except for the assets because the assets are licensed just for me personally. I can't share them. Okay, cool. So that looks like that's fixed. So just in practice, let's look at what do we got here? Melf's Minute Meteors. Let's do it on live on the stream so we don't have all of this stuff going on here. So we'll go, we'll get our, what do we have? The overlays, are they all there? There they are. Let's refresh them.
It compiles.
Oh,
Let's ship
look who
it!
just showed up. Retro CRT showed up, and Retro CRT's fanfare was working, but he got totally. You totally, Retro CRT. You hijacked your own fanfare. There it goes. All right, cool. Let's go grab Melf's Minute Meteors. I've highlighted it here. And let's grab something meteor looking. Oops, let's go. He's in the middle of refreshing all of the overlays. Let's do that. And Ocular Malice, if you go to try and compile this, look for there's a Boolean field in one of the TypeScript files that basically says load images or not, and you can set that to false. Load copyrighted images, and you can look for that. Set that to search for copyright. All right.
Little.
Melf's Minute Meteors. All right, so here we are over there on the live stream. Let's go find the meteors. Well, we can start by dragging this one over and see what we get. All right, that worked. That's not bad. So, so it's a better. And so I guess one of the ways I'm thinking of it is you just kind of go through and drag an image in across one at a time all the way down here. Melf's Minute Meteors is there. What is it? I have two of these. Okay. One is a casting version of it. Meld into stone. I don't know. I'll throw that at it. Boom. So kind of cool how this could be set up and you could assign those images. I think, do I want to take this one step further is the question. So the question is this, is if I come in and cast a spell, do I want to be able to drag over into this space? And I think I'm just going to say no to that because this is just kind of a one-time kind of deal. Set these. I might set it so that this is selected. I don't know. I kind of feeling like that's it, is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do that. I'm going to call this a show for today, kids. Oh, all right. Stop hacking my machine. Just screen capping your images now to use them. Yeah, I was thinking that too. There's about 1,000. There's like half a gig of images that I've got licensed in here for this. Let's go ahead and we'll get you out of here, kids. We're going to we're going to go raid the live coder stream. Send you over there. They've got a full day of conferences going here, virtual conference. It looks awesome. A lot of folks out there. Just waiting for Twitch to load up here. Live coders, start raid. All right, kids. Thanks so much, Ocular Malice, Retro CRT. Good to see you. Surly, as always, thanks for your help. Say hi to everybody, have fun, and we will see you tomorrow. Or tonight.